They told you it was about saving the planet. They lied. The green agenda isn't just about climate change. It's a multi-trillion-dollar power grab designed by the global elite to control your energy, your money, and your future. You're paying the price while they get rich. We are bombarded daily with images of melting glaciers, rising seas, and apocalyptic predictions. The message is clear. We must act now, and we must make sacrifices. But what if this urgent call to action, this green agenda, is not just about environmental salvation? What if, beneath the veneer of ecological urgency, lies a far more cynical truth? What if it's also the greatest wealth transfer and power grab of our lifetime? What if they're getting rich while you pay the ultimate price? At Capital Logic, we expose the hidden agendas, the systemic lies, and the powerful forces shaping our world. You've seen our deep dives into AI's billion-dollar lie and the housing lie. Today, we're peeling back the layers on another monumental deception, the green agenda's billion-dollar lie. This isn't just about whether climate change is real. That's a debate for another time. This is about how the solutions being pushed are strategically engineered to consolidate unprecedented wealth and control into the hands of a select global elite, while imposing significant costs, reduced living standards, and economic instability on the rest of us. For years, the narrative has been solidified. Climate change is an existential threat, and only drastic, immediate action can save us. This consensus, while backed by scientific bodies, has also become a powerful foundation upon which to build a new economic and social order. The problem isn't necessarily the diagnosis, but the prescribed cure. The solutions being imposed are often not the most effective, the most equitable, or even the most scientifically sound for everyone. Instead, they appear to be the ones that enable specific financial and political agendas, creating a moral imperative that demands immediate, often painful, sacrifices from the average citizen. This isn't about protecting the environment. It's about controlling your future. So who benefits from this monumental shift? Let's follow the money. Trillions of dollars are now being redirected into what's being called ESG, environmental, social, and governance investing. Financial institutions, asset managers, and global banks are making fortunes by creating and managing these green funds. They tell you it's about ethical investment, but is it truly effective? Or is it just another form of greenwashing, generating massive fees and unprecedented power for those who control the flow of capital? ESG metrics, often opaque and subjective, allow these institutions to selectively fund or defund industries and companies, effectively dictating economic winners and losers based on criteria they themselves define. Consider carbon markets. A complex system of carbon credits and trading has emerged, creating a new, intangible commodity out of thin air. Companies are forced to buy and sell permits to pollute, allowing some entities to profit handsomely from the very emissions they claim to be fighting. This system allows powerful players to dictate who can produce, how much, and at what cost, essentially taxing industries and consumers while creating a new class of carbon billionaires. These markets, often lauded as efficient, have been criticized for their volatility, their potential for manipulation, and for creating a system where the wealthy can simply buy their way out of environmental responsibility, while the burden falls on smaller businesses and consumers. Then there are the renewable energy monopolies. Governments, driven by ambitious climate targets, are pouring massive subsidies into wind, solar, and battery technologies. While these technologies have their place, the current implementation is creating new forms of energy dependence and massive opportunities for specific corporations and their political allies to corner the market. Are these transitions truly about distributed, clean energy, or are they about replacing old energy oligarchs with new ones, often at the taxpayer's expense? The green, industrial complex is a rapidly expanding ecosystem of consultants, lobbyists, and specific industries, all benefiting immensely from the mandated transition, often with little accountability for the real-world costs borne by ordinary people. Entire landscapes are being transformed, often against local wishes, to accommodate these massive projects, further enriching a select few. And what are those real-world costs? They are felt directly in your wallet, in your home, and in your community. We are seeing soaring energy bills across the Western world. Carbon taxes, the mandated phase-out of reliable energy sources like fossil fuels and nuclear, and the massive infrastructure costs of the green transition are all being passed directly onto you. This isn't just an inconvenience. It's leading to widespread fuel poverty, where families struggle to heat their homes or afford basic transportation. In some European nations, citizens are facing unprecedented energy costs, forcing difficult choices between food and warmth, all in the name of a green transition. Beyond your household, entire industries are being crippled. High energy costs are driving manufacturing and heavy industry out of Western nations, leading to massive job losses and economic decline. This deindustrialization doesn't eliminate pollution. It merely exports it to countries with weaker environmental regulations, while simultaneously gutting the economic backbone of developed nations. Furthermore, the reliance on intermittent renewable energy sources without sufficient baseload power is creating grid instability, leading to blackouts and reliability issues that threaten not just comfort, but essential services. This isn't progress, it's engineered decline for the many. The hypocrisy is glaring. While ordinary citizens are lectured about reducing their carbon footprint, about giving up their gas stoves and their cars, the very elites pushing this agenda continue to fly in private jets, attend lavish climate conferences in exotic locations, and maintain lifestyles with carbon footprints larger than entire towns. It's rules for thee, but not for me. The stark contrast between their pronouncements and their practices exposes a deeper agenda. This isn't just about hypocrisy, it's about an agenda. The demands for rapid, top-down restructuring of our energy, transportation, and even food systems creates unprecedented opportunities for centralized control over individual lives and national economies. We're seeing calls for smart cities, where every aspect of your consumption and movement can be monitored and managed, ostensibly for environmental efficiency. We're seeing a push for digital currencies, CBDCs, that could allow for programmable money, dictating what you can spend your money on and when. Combine this with digital IDs and carbon footprint trackers, and you have the blueprint for a system of unprecedented surveillance and control, all justified under the guise of saving the planet. This isn't just about environmental policy. It's about a broader agenda of global governance and economic restructuring, often framed under the banner of the Great Reset. In this vision, individual freedom and prosperity are secondary to a planned, controlled future dictated by a technocratic elite. The green agenda in its current form becomes a powerful tool to justify this control, to enforce compliance, and to redistribute wealth and power upwards. It's not an accident. It's a strategic maneuver to transform our society into one where the masses are dependent and compliant, while a powerful few accrue unimaginable wealth and control. So the next time you hear about the urgent need for the green agenda, ask yourself, who truly benefits? Is the push for net zero truly about the planet, or is it about a new form of economic and social control? Is it about environmental salvation, or is it the green agenda's billion-dollar lie? We urge you to look beyond the rhetoric and examine who truly profits and who truly pays. The truth, as always, is far more complex and far more cynical than they want you to believe. What do you think is the true agenda behind the rapid push for the green transition? Share your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and share this video to help awaken others to the truth.